You ever hear something that just stays with you? I'm not talking about a song or some damn speech. I mean a sound that cuts through everything, sticks in your head, and doesn't leave. That's the MG42. First time I heard it, I wasn't even holding the damn thing. I was just downrange at a historical shoot in Arizona. Somebody squeezed off a burst and the hair on my neck stood straight up. I'd read about it. I'd seen the videos. But hearing it in person, that's something else. It doesn't sound like a machine gun. It sounds like the air's being shredded. It's not bang bang bang. It's one long angry scream of steel. No rhythm, no mercy. Just violence on full auto. The first time I got behind one I didn't know what to expect. You'd think a gun that spits out 1,200 to 1,500 rounds a minute would be unmanageable, like trying to hold onto a jackhammer. But the thing is, MG42 is smoother than it has any right to be. You feel the recoil, sure, but it doesn't punish you. What gets you is how fast it goes. You blink and you've burned through a belt. You look down and all that's left is brass and smoke. It's like driving a supercar at 180. You don't feel in control, but damn if it's not a hell of a ride. And let's talk about that engineering. This thing was built in the 40s under wartime pressure, and yet it still puts a lot of modern hardware to shame. Stamped parts, quick swap barrels, rugged design. It was made to be thrown in the mud, run red hot, and keep chewing through belts without flinching. The barrel change. Slide a latch glove up, swap out, back in the fight in under 10 seconds. Show me a modern gun that can keep that pace under combat stress. But you know what really hit me? It wasn't the specs. It wasn't the history books. It was standing there, belt in hand, hands shaking a bit from adrenaline, and realizing this thing changed warfare. This wasn't just a tool. It was a psychological weapon. Allied troops didn't just dodge MG40 to fire. They feared it. One burst could pin down a whole platoon. And even today, when you fire it, you feel that legacy. You feel what it meant. That mix of fear, awe, and holy hell. The MG42 didn't fade away after the war either. Germany kept it alive in the MG3. NATO troops trained with descendants of this monster. It inspired the M60, influenced the FN Mag. Hell, even modern American general-purpose machine guns carry some of its DNA. It's not just a relic, it's a blueprint. So if you ever get the chance to fire one, do it. Not for the Instagram clip, not for the bragging rights. Do it because you'll walk away different. You'll understand what a machine gun is supposed to be. Brutal, efficient, relentless. The MG42 isn't just history. It's a damn experience. And once you've heard that buzzsaw roar to life, you won't forget it, ever. Now let me give you the cold facts behind the roar. The MG42 weighs about 25 pounds without its bipod. Fires the 7.92 by 57mm Mauser cartridge. Has a muzzle velocity of nearly 2,400 feet per second. And it feeds from a 50-round belt or up to a 250-round continuous belt when mounted. That insane rate of fire I mentioned, 1,200 to 1,500 rounds per minute. That's about 25 rounds a second. You hold the trigger for a second and you're already dumping more lead than most rifles can in a whole mag. It had an effective range of over 1,000 yards when mounted. And even with just a bipod, it could shred anything in front of it at 500 to 800 yards. It was hell in the hands of a well-trained gunner. The Allies didn't just fear this thing. They hated it. They called it the bone saw, the buzz saw. Some called it the sewing machine of death. The sound alone made grown men hit the dirt. You hear old veterans talk about it, and their voices still change. That says everything. It wasn't just a machine gun. It was the Nazi war machine's signature sound. When you heard that ripping scream in the distance, you knew something bad was coming. The MG42 wasn't just another weapon of war. It was the sound of terror, the cutting edge of blitzkrieg, a brutal, cold piece of engineering that did its job so well it left a scar in military history. And if that isn't the definition of legendary, I don't know what is. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most feared weapons in history, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next story from the battlefield. Stay sharp, and I'll see you next time.